Okay, my last video I started talking about Troma's War, where in this film, survivors from a plane crash land on an island controlled by terrorists who end up mistaking these survivors for U.S. military, forcing the survivors to fight back for their lives. This film has great acting and is hilariously cheesy. This film is also one of my favorites. I give this one a 5-star as a whole, 5 stars for originality, a 2-star as far as the acting, the graphics and special effects, a 1-star rating. But I love the cheesy acting in this film. The cheesy acting is so hilariously funny. Now on to my next movie review. This film I reviewed before. It's called Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. This movie revolves around two main characters, Arby and the love of his life, Wendy. The movie starts off with Arby and Wendy dry humping in a graveyard. Yes, I said it, dry humping in a graveyard, where they meet an unexpected visitor with an axe in one hand and his genitals in his other hand. And then after Wendy runs off and Arby chases after her, a hand jumps out of the ground, well, out of a grave of the graveyard they were in, grabs the perverts, well, puts his hand through the pervert's butthole and rips out the pervert's intestines out the pervert's butthole. Then the movie fast forward years later, Arby runs into Wendy, who's making out with another woman at a protest. And after rejecting Arby, he joins the restaurant and becomes a cleanup guy, which is the restaurant Wendy and the other people are protesting against due to it being built on Indian burial ground. What ends up happening is the Indian spirits, along with the spirits of angry murdered chickens, team up to get revenge on humans who work at the restaurant by killing them and turning them into monsters, along with the people who eat there, the customers, of course. What ends up happening is these spirits turn humans into chicken monsters, whom infect others into becoming chicken monsters. This movie has some hilarious death scenes and great musical numbers. This movie is a horror comedy musical, a must-see for true Troma horror movie fans. For me, this film gets a 5 stars as a whole. 5 stars for gore effects, gets a 5 stars for monster effects. As far as the acting, 5 stars, and originality, a 5-star rating. As for me, I think this is one of the best Troma films created. Now on to my next Troma movie review, which is a true classic in the Troma team release franchise. Yes, I am talking about the Toxic Avenger, which spawned 3 sequels to this franchise. The first film introduces you to the man who becomes the Toxic Avenger. His name is Melvin. Before he became the Toxic Avenger, he was a nerdy, skinny loser who was a mop boy at a gym, who becomes a Toxic Avenger after a group of bullies pull a prank gone bad on Melvin that causes Melvin to jump out a window and into a barrel of toxic waste, which is on a truck. So what happens is Melvin transforms into a buff, hideous creature, which is dubbed the Toxic Avenger.